As here on Fox 47, it's time for The Big Picture. Brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to northern Michigan and Chicago. Doug Warren and I took a Dean Luxury Cruiser to Chicago and joined 27 pro football greats, more than 100 supporters of the Shinsky Orphanage, not far from landfall for Hurricane Harvey.
And for the third time in program history, the Virginia Cavaliers are ACC tournament champs.
There you see Tony Bennett and Roy Williams after that game. Virginia, 2 losses all season, ACC regular season and tournament champions. Rico, the Cavaliers enter as the overall #1 seed. Do they enter as the tournament's best team?
No. When I see Virginia, I see Gonzaga. I see a team that has a lot of accomplishments, but I don't see a team that can finish. I don't see a team that puts fear in people, that intimidates people. They're Gonzaga. They sound great. They're a great story.
But Gonzaga made it to the NCAA championship game last year, right?
And they didn't win it. You got to win it. You can't come close. You have to win it. And when I see Virginia...
So you're saying that Tom Izzo's 7 Final Fours don't matter?
Don't matter.
Because he won one.
They didn't win it.
That isn't right.
No, right. Did he win one?
Yeah, he won one.
He won one. That's one more than Virginia. Okay? That's one more than Gonzaga. You got to win one, guys.
Now, Rico has this theory that Virginia of 2005 is Virginia of 2018. Right? Those guys are all gone right now. They're all making $1 million a year.
Exactly, right.
And
it's a great story, but they're not going to win.
I like Virginia defensively. I like that team.
I like
they
bring something offensively for the first time.
I'm not taking anything away from them. I just don't think they can win.
You know who said they could beat Virginia? Every team that played them in the ACC, including Clemson, North Carolina, again in the
really
championship
good against
game.
Carolina last
Duke can't beat them.
Virginia Tech could.
Well, yeah, they did lose 2 games. Some teams have lost 4.
Another team is
I'm not willing to say that Virginia Tech is the best team. They're a good team. They may be a Final Four team. They're not the team that's going to win.
Al, as we look at the top 16, again, where they were assigned by regions, did the committee get it right? Did they pick the right 4 #1s?
I thought they did. I mean, you started to hear Virginia, Villanova, Kansas, and Xavier on the lips of many people. So I expected those 4 to come out. And again, we're going to get to this later on, but I do want to talk about, Michigan State, being seated in Detroit because I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either.
I was very shocked because everywhere I read all weekend, Michigan State was going to go to Wichita, Kansas.
And we'll get to that. We'll talk a lot about that in our Going Green segment.
Somebody took it to the bank last week.
Oh, did they?
Unless you're on the committee, you don't know. You're all guesswork.
You just don't know. It is.
Somebody
took
it to the bank.
Somebody guessed.
Tom, I am wondering if Duke had beaten Virginia in the ACC tournament, if they could have crept onto that one line.
I thought the same thing.
And Xavier then would have fallen off because they were the 4th #1 seed.
Xavier lost this weekend.
That's right.
Too. That would have been good. I'm with Al. I mean, as far as the top seeds, it didn't surprise me at all. But man, there are 10, 12 teams that could win this thing easily, maybe even more.
Yeah, a lot of parity. We say that every year, I feel like, but yeah, a lot of teams.
But this year, there's no dominant team.
Right.
Terry Denbo, who is our Tuesday at issue partner on The Drive, has a little game he plays, and he said, you can have any 4 teams you want, or I'll take the next 6. Ooh. And with the parity this year, is this one year where you'd be better off to have 6 teams and let somebody else pick the first 4?
Oh, without question, I think. Like I said, those top 10. I mean, even an Arizona in there as a 4 seed, I mean, that team looked really good last night. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely, this would be the year to do that, Jack.
So if that is the case, and Al said the 4 #1s are the 4 he would take, who would you take with picks 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? Would you take Michigan and Michigan State?
Both, absolutely. I'd take Purdue. I'd take Tennessee. I would take.
Would you take Duke or North Carolina?
Cincinnati. Kansas.
Well, Kansas is already gone.
Oh no, that's number. Okay, maybe.
You're just throwing away your money.
No.
Purdue, Cincinnati.
You don't think Purdue has a chance?
Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't have named 3 worst losers. Purdue,
hey, Mr. Smarty Pants. Who you pick? Why do you say they're not going to win it?
There you see the Vegas odds.
Who is going to win it?
Villanova is the favorite at 9-2, then Duke,
I mean,
Duke is a 2 seed.
I would pick Carolina, but Michigan's going to take them out in the Sweet 16.
Now, I like Carolina.
Two of the top 4 teams,
I like Carolina.
according to Vegas, 2 of the top 4 teams are Duke, a 2 seed, and Michigan State, a 3 seed. So Vegas has some other ideas, Rico.
They do. I mean, but then again, you got to remember, Vegas is going after who's putting the money down.
Right,
Vegas doesn't care who wins.
I don't pay attention to Vegas.
It's who has the fan base that comes out there and keeps dropping the cash on there. So, but when you look at that, yeah, those teams are perennial powerhouses. They're safe bets. If you don't know college basketball, you've heard of Duke. So you'll put your money on Duke. You've heard of Michigan State. You've heard of North Carolina.
Well, I don't think Villanova has a gigantic fan base, and they're the favorite.
They're just
they
good.
got 2 really good players.
They're just really
I like
good.
Villanova.
Now, Villanova, you should have asked me about them.
That was a terrific game. Villanova, a very difficult team. Tough team for Michigan State to play as well. We'll be right back. A Going Green segment up next.
At Fabiano's Pizzeria, we're more than great pizza. We're family. We're friends. We're a team. Dough and sauce made from scratch. We're serious about quality. And we're honored to serve you. Fabiano's Pizzeria, Westphalia. Just down the road.
The Knapp Center is a historical hub for future business growth in beautiful downtown Lansing.
The Ide Company did the best they could to preserve the integrity of the history of this building while incorporating a modern open workspace.
They have been prompt, they have been efficient, and they really are a friendly, great group of people that we don't have any concerns about calling them for any of our needs.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the Ide Company family.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
I loved growing up in Michigan. I know what it's like to run down to the lake every day in the summer. I love going biking, enjoy the beautiful scenery of Michigan and everything that Michigan has to offer outdoors, which is a lot.
Lethal Weapon, all new Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
Holton Dimedale Insurance Agency, your hometown team. Come see us today.
We are the selling team. We are here when you need us.
We work harder for you.
We follow up.
We get your home sold.
We are the selling team with Keller Williams Realty. Beyond real estate, real family.
If you're looking for high quality and low prices, Furniture Row's 4-day super sale is for you. Everything in store is on sale, so you can save on every room in your home. From dining, to bedroom, to living, and much, much more. Plus, up to 5 years no interest. Get the best furniture at the best prices during the 4-day super sale, only at Furniture Row, home of Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for a Going Green segment brought to you by Graf Chevrolet, a trusted friend with 104 years in the automobile business. Stop and see Matt, Mark, and Greg on West Grand River in Okemos. They'll take great care of you as they have on all 6 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf. There you see the Midwest region bracket. And maybe the most important part for a lot of people, including yours truly, is the fact that Michigan State will open weekend 1 at Little Caesars Arena, the number 3 seed in the Midwest, facing Bucknell. And then they would meet either 6-seeded TCU or the winner of the play-in game, the first 4 game, with Arizona State and Syracuse. Arizona State was
a pretty high-profile
team in the
play-in game. You're talking about notable names.
Yeah, very high level.
Teams
yeah, they fell off.
Yeah, they did.
When you think about this, Al, was Michigan State jobbed a little bit by not being a 1 or a 2 seed, or does all that go away when they have the chance to play in Detroit?
All that goes away when you got a chance to play in your backyard in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. Again, as I stated, I was very shocked that they did get that 3 seed and were able to play in Detroit. But I tell you what, I mean, this is the perfect remedy for what happened last week in the Big Ten tournament semifinals. a loss like that, your second loss to your in-state rival, as heart-wrenching as that was, I tell you what, it's a catch-22 because Michigan State having that week off, I mean, you get a chance to just have a week where you just, you know, meditate, do some yoga, get your mind right because, hey, having that time off and the team bonding, you went and saw Hamilton out in Chicago, this was good for Michigan State. Michigan, if you're Michigan, you want to play that Monday, you know, let the tournament start ASAP because you want to start, you know, you want to strike while the iron is hot. But this is great. And Tom Izzo, you know, he spoke today after getting the bid at Little Caesars Arena and said, hey, he likes this. You know, he likes.
How can he not? He got all these people, and we know what happened when he's played in Detroit before. Got him to the Final Four in 2000 with those wins over Syracuse and Iowa State. Really helped them beat Connecticut and get to the national championship game, a game that they were not going to win against North Carolina.
I'm not a big fan of it.
You're not a big fan of Detroit?
I'm not a big fan of that bracket that I saw.
Oh. Tom, the idea that Michigan State would still have to face good teams shouldn't come as a shock. If you are 3, you're going to play 2 teams reportedly better than you. And Duke is a team that Michigan State is due to beat. They played well against Kansas. Some people think Kansas is the weakest of the 4 ones. What kind of deal do you think Michigan State got playing? They'd have to play Kansas in Omaha. Jayhawk Nation would be there.
My big deal is get out of the first weekend. That is so hard to do, and you're at Little Caesars Arena. My God, this is a godsend in Michigan State. All those fans who bought those tickets, they've been anticipating this for months. We talked about it for months, and now just get out the first weekend, and then let Izzo take Izzo to the Sweet 16, and then he'll take care of business. Typically, is how.
When you think about what Michigan State did during that week off, Michigan had their plan. Michigan State toured the Bulls training facilities. The Bulls wanted to keep several of their players. And they went and saw Hamilton, a very tough ticket. And Tom, knowing you're so involved with the arts, Hamilton looks a little bit different than he did when he played for UConn and the Pistons, right?
As in Rip Hamilton? That's the only Hamilton I know. No, I agree with Al. That was the best thing to happen to Michigan State. You know, and it was spring break and all that. Perfect timing. You don't have any academic things to worry about, and I think you'll see a different Michigan State team than what you saw at Madison Square Garden.
They needed that just to get their mind right. You know, just when you have a loss like that, I mean, and
to your rival for the second time in double digits, that had to hurt.
And to get away from the state too, because a lot of Michigan State fans are like jumping off the bridge right now, right? Just get away from the entire state of Michigan. Go to Chicago.
It's a big deal because it's in this state. When you get out of this state, no one cares.
So we're talking about the Big Ten regular season champions. Winningest team in school history heading into the tournament, a group that's won 13 of its last 14, has lost just once on the road. Why haven't people fallen in love with this team the way they have with some others?
Because to most people, Michigan State played a 5-game season and they went 1-4. You beat Purdue, you lost to Michigan twice.
Beat North Carolina.
You lost, but that was so early in the season, and North Carolina had a bad game. People don't remember the good stuff. They know you lost them because you lost to Michigan twice. This season's a failure because you have to hear clowns like this idiot talking about it. Hang that banner. Hang that banner.
How about 3? Let's
hang
go
that
for 3.
banner. We beat Michigan State twice.
How about a Michigan State matchup in San Antonio? Wouldn't that be something? We'll be right back. We'll talk about the Wolverines up next.
With the David Chapman Agency, auto owners insurance policies come with something extra. Local agents who care about you. Our agents will help you find the right coverage at the best price. 3 generations serving you at the David Chapman Agency, your local auto owners insurance agents.
You can get all this food for only $4. 2 pancakes, 2 strips of bacon, 2 eggs. If you ask me, that's a pretty good deal. But you didn't ask me. You know what? I'll mind my own business. Denny's $4 Everyday Value Slam. Available at Dennys.com.
At Cole Academy, our philosophy is that all children have unique traits and values.
This is our first year with a son at Cole Academy, and I can truly say it's exceeded our expectations. Not only has the staff been so welcoming, but his teacher has gone above and beyond to aid and challenge each individual student.
When a teacher takes the time to call me to tell me about an experience my child had that day that falls under the category of immeasurable life lessons, that's where I know my children are being valued as a whole person and not just part of a test score.
The New Year's new hit comedy, Boom! LA to Vegas, Tuesday on Fox.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we have a taste for adventure because the only way to know how good something can be is to go for it. Try our veggie smoothies, Island Green, made with spinach, kale, pineapple, banana, and mango. and Caribbean sea burst with carrots, mango, banana, orange, and goji. Adventure begins with never knowing until you try, but always expecting something great. Go for a veggie smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
The Student Bookstore is your Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
It's Graf's Saving Over the Green sale, and your mission, Leprechauns, is to save people money.
You heard him? Let's save people some money. Save big on this new Silverado double cab for just a wee payment of $212 a month.
Or drive off in a brand new Traverse.
Tiny price and only $253 a month.
And only at Graf, where you get $2,000 above the appraised value of your trade. Get big savings and tiny prices during Graf's Saving the Green sale going on at every Graf dealership.
Is it up? Down to 8. So it was 18, it's down to 8. Got the second one.
There. Yeah. If you're giving an MVP, guys, who are you going to give it to? I'm not thinking of the numbers.
Xavier Simpson.
In essence, a growth process this has been.
And there it is, official. Back-to-back Big Ten championships for Beeline and the Wolverines.
8 straight Big Ten tournament wins. Take a long time to wipe that smile off Tom Crawford's face.
Look at him over there. He's so giddy.
Yeah. Or it could be over Thursday night.
It could be over
It was almost over the Thursday of the Big Ten tournament, right? They had to go overtime against Iowa.
Grizzlies. It was just like Middle Tennessee State took out Michigan State a couple years
Oh.
ago. It happened just like that.
Shots fired.
Hold on. You see how he cannot talk about his own team? It's the out of the blue segment, and you still can't talk about your team.
Shots fired.
Why
right?
is that, Tom? Why can't you talk about
Take
your
a shot
team?
at my team. I'm going to take a shot at yours. Jack,
All
go
right,
ahead.
Tom. Congratulations to the Wolverines, one of the hottest teams in the nation. I don't know anyone outside of Chrysler Center who would have predicted they'd have 28 wins by now.
None of us.
They would be repeat Big Ten tournament champions and would be a 3 seed. How do they do that? And when you look at their bracket, what do you see as the biggest obstacle?
Well, they did it with an unanticipated depth. We didn't see Jordan Poole coming out and play such a dominant role. Isaiah Livers, all the components that came through, including John Teskey, which I did not see coming. But when we look at the bracket, Montana, don't know much about them, I will say that. But Houston, the Houston Cougars should have beaten, or they easily could have beaten Cincinnati today. Yeah. And they play good defense.
I swear to God, I see some high school teams in that bracket.
Oh, no.
That's the easiest bracket.
So Houston
could have Michigan and San Diego State, and you would have John Beeline against Brian Dutcher.
Yeah, Brian Dutcher, Jim Dutcher's son, who was on Steve Fisher's staff in the Fab Five. That would be interesting. But then if they get by, and it's all, you can't count on anything. I'm not even counting on the Montana game. They would have North Carolina in the Sweet 16.
They played North Carolina.
And had their worst performance of the year by far. They looked horrible.
Revenge game.
I texted you that night. I said, I don't think they're going to make the tournament. If you look at the text that night, they look bad. So it's a
You didn't think they were going to make the Big Ten tournament?
No. I mean, they were horrible. And that was in late November. But Beeline's team, as they've done in the past, they get better as the season goes on.
Rico, you talked about U of M as a probable 8 or 9 seed just a few weeks ago. How did they get to 28-7, and who beats them?
They got to 28-7 because they bought into it, and everybody played their roles. And it was no egos. It was like, okay, you're going to be this guy, you're going to be this guy, you're going to come off the bench. And it was very much kind of how you see, you're like this, the Golden State Warriors, where everybody knows their role. You don't try and do something that you're not good at. You let somebody else do that. That's what Michigan is doing right now. That's why they're playing good basketball. Who beats them? Probably North Carolina, one of the hotter teams. The ACC, I mean, I don't like the fact that Michigan has North Carolina or Michigan State has Duke. I think that that's a little unfair. But you know what? If both teams want to exercise demons, You get an opportunity to do it.
That is true.
Right. Same.
How about Rico comparing the Michigan Wolverines to the Golden State Warriors?
I know.
That's
I
some
like
props.
that.
That doesn't happen.
I'm in shock.
That doesn't happen.
That's because, unlike you, I actually know sports.
Whoa! Oh boy, this is shots fired again.
His love goggles are always on, and they're green and white colored.
Who do you think beats the Wolverines, Al?
I would have to, if I had to peg somebody, it would be North Carolina. But I tell you what, I love.
As you're wearing the Carolina blue.
Yeah, I'm
What is it about Carolina?
If they get past Carolina, they can make it to the Final Four.
Well, I tell you what, Carolina is just, I think they're a well-coached team in Roy Williams. I think they got some matchup problems there. But I love the Wolverines, though, man. I think that's sacrilegious to say that, you know, as an MSU alum, but it's
what
so
station
hard.
you saying it, man?
I know, right? Exactly,
I like
right?
that, Al.
But this team, from top to bottom, when you look at this roster, I mean, I like Xavier Simpson. Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman. Didn't think he would be the player that he is right now. Isaiah Livers, fantastic player. John Teskey, who, like you said, Tom,
Duncan Robinson coming off the bench.
Duncan Robinson. This team has a lot of weapons, and they
Once
can
your
really make a
ticket
deep
to
run.
San Antonio, we heard it right here.
Here's what I need to see from Michigan. What happens after 2 weeks of people telling you how great you are?
So you're worried about mental.
My God, I think the Athletic brought stock in the Wolverine for all the freaking articles I had to read about how great they were. So you've been great. You're all this. How do you handle that?
So how do you handle expectations?
How do you handle?
What would the Athletic have done if Iowa had made one more free throw a week ago Thursday?
I don't know. Probably went on vacation.
They'd be a 6 seed. I still think
They wouldn't be an 8 or a 9 the way Rico's?
No, if they would have lost, they would have probably been a 6 or 7 seed.
Right.
It would not have been an 8 or 9.
That's too low.
That's just hate.
All right, well, we're going to talk about the rest of the tournament, and we're going to talk about teams that did not make the field of 68, including a couple in the Big Ten. Nebraska, most wins of any Big Ten team ever not to make the tournament in conference play. Penn State, all they did was beat Ohio State 3 times. We'll talk about our favorite moments of the conference tournaments, and a lot of fun, a lot of buzzer beaters. For those people, that was their one shining moment. They were one and done ahead of everybody else. We'll be right back on Press Pass.
Coach's All-American Pub and Grill. What makes us All-American? Enjoying great food with ice-cold beverages and friendly service. Watching the game on one of our 21 large-screen TVs. With a variety of fun indoor and outdoor entertainment every night of the week. Connecting with friends, dining with family, or catching the game, you'll always have a great time. Coach's All-American Pub and Grill. Great food, fun, and friends.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailway's motor coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
The X-Files, Wednesday on Fox.
March Mania at Art Van Furniture. Sunday, save up to 65%, plus take an extra 10 to 35% off the sale price or pay no interest till 2020. March Mania at Art Van Furniture. Sunday, extended hours 11 to 9. See it all at artvan.com.
From business to farms, Hastings Mutual will protect your best assets.
We focus intensely on doing the big and small things right for our clients. The guiding principle of our work is that we always put the client first.
Sundance, the lowest prices on the planet. $223 a month, 0 down, 20% off, brand new Equinox, and a lot of demos and inventory. We'd like to deal on an automobile with you. We do it every day at the Sundance stores. Come see us.
March Mania is on at Art Van Pure Sleep. Save up to 50%, plus pay no interest for up to 50 months. Free next day delivery. Scratch and win $15,000. Only at Art Van Pure Sleep. Today till 9. See it all at artvan.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road. Your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week.
Gotta go. Jones for the win. He nailed it.
Conference tournament champions, back-to-back conference tournament titles. This one perhaps the most satisfying yet.
The Jayhawks do it again. They are the champions of the Big 12.
Great job there, Chuck and Charlie, putting together that montage of conference tournament championships. And the broadcasters in the Radford game, they're not going to be voice left for the tournament.
Did I hear it? He got it? Was that Will Tiemann?
I don't know. Yeah, it sounded like it, didn't it?
He got it.
He got it.
See, I would always love to hit that game-winning shot.
Yeah.
Like that's because that's a moment that we celebrated for like 10 and 20 and 30-year reunions.
I thought you were going to say it's like App State.
No, but I mean, you know what? App State will do it. Middle Tennessee will hold reunions for that game. Like, you hit that shot.
That was a 28.
And
You are
that
a
goes.
legend.
That's
Fade
you're a
away.
legend.
You're a legend.
You'll never buy another drink in that time.
Right. Jalen Wise Jackson will never have to pay for anything ever
Never.
again.
That was a conference
Never have to play
freshman of the
another
year,
down.
too. Hit that shot for Radford. And the biggest concern was he going to be killed, be trampled in the celebration. But, Al, when you think about conference tournaments like this and those memories that last a lifetime, maybe there isn't one shining moment on the national stage. Most of these teams that we saw in these conference tournaments this week, other than the power conferences, are not going to make the Final Four. Once in a while you get a George Mason. But by and large, that's not going to happen. They've had their moment, and they have something that lasts a lifetime.
That's what makes this time of the year in sports the best time of the year in sports. There's nothing like March basketball. There's nothing like the NCAA tournament. I love rooting for the Cinderellas around this time of the year. You know, maybe one year. I don't know if it's going to be this year. Maybe we'll see that one seed get knocked off in round one, maybe.
Yeah.
But this is what it's all about. I mean, making memories. I mean, you saw Liberty and Radford. How about Sean Miller in Arizona?
Yes, isn't that great?
Everything that Arizona has been through. Aiden gets named as the conference tourney player of the
You mean Sean Miller still coaching?
I
thought he was getting fired.
Exactly, right?
I saw it on ESPN.
ESPN, right? Yeah.
ESPN said he was going to get fired.
Talk about redemption.
You know what I thought would have been the greatest? If Mark Schleybaugh had to present the championship trophy to Sean Miller, right? But guys, you know, Tom, when you see a Davidson come out and do what they did today,
Rhode Island,
I think back to Steph Curry's last year at Davidson when they played in Detroit, they played at Ford Field, and the school president for Davidson took every student in the school to Detroit. Now, I don't know how many of them were able to get in, but if you wanted to go, you were going.
And that was a beautiful thing because Davidson, not by the fact they beat Rhode Island, that knocked Notre Dame out of March Madness. It's a good thing.
And they lost to the national champion. They lost to Kansas that year too. So, you know, when you think about that, when you think about a 13-5 Big Ten team, Tom, in the Nebraska Cornhuskers, you think about another team in the Penn State Nittany Lions that beat Ohio State 3 times. Neither of them are in. The Big Ten held in too light a regard.
Well, I mean, there's 4 really good teams, let's face it, and really good 4 teams. But Nebraska, let's go to Nebraska. I mean, they had, as far as the required quad 1 wins, they didn't have enough of them. They just have 1 or maybe 2, and they beat Michigan at home. Michigan had just beaten Michigan State on Saturday. They played Maryland on Monday. Then they got to go to Lincoln. That crazy schedule really helped them beat Michigan. So I don't have a lot of sympathy. I know they only had 13 wins, but still, you got to beat some quality teams in the non-conference play. They had an opportunity with Kansas, and they didn't get it done.
Rico, you saw the graphic of the Big Ten teams and their first-round matchups for Purdue, Michigan State, Michigan, and Ohio State. How do they do over the next 3 weeks? They could be as bad as 0-1, or they could be as good as 6-0. Let's start with Purdue. How many games do they win?
Next
over the tournament. How many games do they win in the tournament?
Probably 2.
2.
2.
So they're 2-1. Michigan State.
2.
2. What about Michigan? 2. Ohio State. So you don't have any Big Ten team getting to the Elite Eight.
Now going into Ohio State.
You have 3 Big Ten teams getting dumped in the Sweet 16.
I think they all are out of 16.
Wow.
Wow, that's a bold statement, Rico. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and speaking of Michigan State, they got to go through Duke, and it's like that's Tommy's old kryptonite.
They're bound to beat
Duke. But they're
okay.
Tommy's 1-11 against the Blue Devils.
When your strategy is you're bound to beat them, the law of averages.
Oh, come on, that's not that good.
But 1-11,
that's not good.
I think it's more likely.
Man, you get all the talent.
More likely that the Big Ten will get a team to San Antonio, at least one, maybe more than one, than if they all get wiped out after 2 wins. We'll be right back. Megan Ziemer is going to join us for Lansing's Best.
Fox 47's Yes Grant recipient for March is Christians in Action Teen Ministry.
Christians in Action Teen Ministry is on a mission to empower and inspire young people to be agents of change in the world through the power of love, prayer, and the Holy Spirit. We seek to accomplish the following in the lives of our young people. First, we engage and teach the Word of God to youth in a way they can understand, so they are equipped to apply the Word of God to their lives. Second, we seek to grow youth in the areas of discipleship, faith, prayer, and worship. Lastly, we help youth to identify their spiritual gifts and encourage them to move into their purpose within the kingdom of God. With the number of youth and young adults leaving the church continuing to rise, here at PRBC, we want youth to know that they are a vital part of the church today and have a role to play.
Bringing communities closer, we say yes to Christians in Action Teen Ministry.
Angela Bassett, Peter Krause, and Connie Britton star in 911 Wednesday on Fox.
It's Graff saving all the green sale, and your mission, Leprechauns, is to save people money.
You heard him? Let's save people some money. Save big on this new Silverado double cab for just a wee payment of $212 a month. Or drive off in a brand new Equinox
for a tiny price of $162 per month.
And only at Graff, where you get $2,000 above the appraised value of your trade. Get big savings and tiny prices during Graff's Saving the Green sale going on at every Graff dealership.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Well, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoyed giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Lansing's Best segment. Brought to you by the Greater Lansing Sports Authority, bringing thousands of athletes and teams to Mid-Michigan for dozens of tournaments and special events. Hats off to everyone at the GLSA for showing just what Mid-Michigan can be. There you see Hoop Fest 2017, and tons of fun over at Genesis Fieldhouse. All sorts of exhibits, displays, opportunities for kids to get a little exercise in between games. And we'll be back at Genesis Fieldhouse this year. Very happy to be joined by Megan Ziemer. She is the Associate Director of GLSA. Thanks for joining us, Megan.
Thanks for having me.
You're always busy. I mean, the GLSA has got so many events, finishing up some now. Now you've got this big stunt competition coming in?
We do. We are just finishing up a crazy busy weekend with hockey and basketball. We go into some figure skating next weekend, more hockey, and then, of course, the MHSAA basketball semifinals and finals. And then you're right, we have stunt national championships coming back to Jenison at the end of April. So very busy.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyone who has been to Hoop Fest Probably seen Al Martin go over and shoot threes. We saw Tom Crawford last year distinguish himself.
He's got a jumper. I didn't know that Tom had a stroke like that,
flag.
man.
Got to get the Terry Furlow arch back in.
Yeah, you got elbow in, perfect form. Nice. It's
Somebody
nice.
told me Tom Crawford had a jumper, and I thought he was talking about cables. Megan, what should people look for at Hoop Fest, and why is it important that people check it out?
You know, we've got a lot going on. Obviously, we market it as a great place to come out and play, with grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, all your friends. We've got 2 center courts. You can play where Magic Johnson played. We have the Jump Ball Jamboree, 3rd through 8th grade boys and girls teams coming in to play some friendship games on the courts. We've got the 3-point competition, as you guys have been talking about. We've got a full court shot, a skills challenge, a slam dunk area. Obstacle courses for the little kiddos. And then on the Saturday morning, we still have some slots open for the free Learning from the Legends Clinic. It's open for 3rd through 8th grade boys and girls, and they'll be learning from some of the top coaches across Michigan. So they can come out for an hour and a half and play, get a free t-shirt, and learn the game of basketball. So it's a lot of fun.
Tom, they have the history section too, where you can go and learn a lot about high school basketball in the state of Michigan. But Tom wants the popcorn. From the 60s and 70s.
Jennison Field. As a kid, I used to go to the state finals, and the orange popsicles and the smell of the popcorn. You go into Jennison Fieldhouse, sold out. That's why it's so fitting that you had a shoot around Hoop Fest at Jennison Fieldhouse, which just embraces the history of it.
And I feel like it still smells like that.
Oh,
too.
it does.
That smell is not left.
That's not going anywhere.
And we will have the concession stands open, so you can come for popcorn. I can't promise the popsicles, but the popcorn will be there.
Orange popsicles.
Al, you see parents, and they take their kids to a game. Okay? They've got that doubleheader on Friday that so many people have become accustomed to going to, but take a kid to a game. Get them to sit through 2 in a row. That's tough.
It is tough.
So you got a break, and you can right across the street, burn off a little bit of energy.
Exactly, because we all know that millennials today, I mean, we're all glued to our cell phones and tweeting and everything. So to be active and have an event like this is so cool.
And you watch this basketball, you get in the mood, you want to go out and shoot some jumpers.
Exactly.
I mean, so you're able to fulfill that then.
Right. I have to know, just a quick question, Megan. What's the most popular event that you guys have there? Is it the 3-point competition?
It is the 3-point competition. We always have a line. We always have a line. But I'd say, Dean Trailways, the center courts are always popping with the events. We've got the 2 Men in a Truck Around the World competition's also another great one that's pretty busy. And then, of course, the obstacle courses. The kids love to burn a little extra energy on those as well. So,
Tom, we were there last year and did a remote broadcast.
We did. It was
from
fun.
Jennison Fieldhouse, which was a ton of fun. What stood out to you? Well,
just the energy in that building. I mean, it's a celebration of basketball. Like, it's high school basketball, the high school tournament. I think that's just it's a perfect venue right next to the Breslin Center.
Yeah. What about dates, times, admission? Very friendly.
Absolutely. We are open March 22nd through the 24th. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday and Friday, we're open from 1 to 7 to the public. And then again on Saturday, we're open from 10 to 6. Admission is just $2, or if you have a ticket to the MHSAA semifinals or finals, you get in for free.
And you have a chance you might see Tom Crawford make a 3. That's always...
Al, we're going to have a little competition.
I am challenging you officially right now, Tom.
Nice.
3-point shootout. Let's get it on, man. I love competition. You got a nice form. I want to test it.
We're not going to play one-on-one, though, right?
No,
okay.
that may be a blowout.
Maybe. Oh, he's talking some smack.
A little bit.
You're a lot younger.
I love you, Tom. I love you
too. City Al.
Right. Well, with Michigan State playing on Fridays and Sundays throughout the first 2 weeks of the NCAA tournament, there's a chance that Thursday we could get something done. You never know, Tom.
Never know.
Set this thing up.
Game time.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I got my sneakers in the trunk right now.
Do you have as much fun as the other people at the GLSA? It seems like you're in the toy store life.
We absolutely. We have a great team. So it doesn't feel like I'm going to work every day. It feels like I'm just having fun.
Living the dream.
It's great
Living
stuff.
the dream.
That is March Magic Hoop Fest. And check it out at Jennison Fieldhouse. 3 days and big fun for everyone. Something for everyone to do. Look forward to it. Thanks, Megan. Really appreciate you coming by. We'll be back. Rico Beard will be here in just a moment. And we're going to have our Take It to the Bank segment.
For over 100 years, the City Rescue Mission has served in the very heartbeat of our capital city, providing food, shelter, and hope. Thank you for all you do to be a rescuer.
Shaheen Chevrolet is the #1 seed again in the Mid-Michigan region. Shaheen is a perennial #1 with many strengths, including the 2018 Trax for only $85 a month and the Silverado Double Cab for only $176 a month, with $4,000 minimum for your trade. You'll also get $50 just to test drive any of the 800 new vehicles on their lot. Schedule your test drive at ShaheenChevrolet.com. The best selection, $4,000 minimum for your trade, and $50 just for a test drive. Only at Shaheen Chevrolet, the only dealer that guarantees the lowest price on any new Chevy or it's free. Shaheen Chevrolet. That's my pick.
With the David Chapman Agency, auto owners' insurance policies come with something extra. Local agents who care about you. Our agents will help you find the right coverage at the best price. 3 generations serving you at the David Chapman Agency, your local auto owners' insurance agents.
Advanced technology and forecasting. Storm Shield weather. Only on Fox 47 News.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment. Brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, in 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most. State in Michigan for Selection Sunday.
Michigan State and Michigan, well, Spartan fans, rest assured, the bank that I give for you, they're going to be playing down at the LCA.
Really?
Why do you say that?
They'll be at the LCA because the NCAA...
Kevin Pauga's going to join us tomorrow on Driver Jack and Tom. You're not so sure.
Well, you're not listening to me. The NCAA is about one thing and one thing only. Dollar bill. Yep. Okay? Michigan State, 68 miles away from Detroit. They're going to bring the fan base.
Michigan's even closer. Just put them in there. They'll make up for it.
They can't. You lost a...
Who is that guy?
Nostradamus.
No, it's Muhammad Ali, I think, from last week.
Good-looking man.
It's more than 68 miles.
I wasn't on that long, Rico.
From East Lansing to Detroit, so you're wrong.
His math is off. Tom
Oh
my God.
All week long.
Did you just wake up it's 89 miles.
For breakfast?
It's 89 miles.
Tom was going to find something.
I was waiting to run that segment all week because I thought Rico would be wrong.
He was wrong.
And what happens?
89.
For once in his life, he's right.
I drive it
Unbelievable.
all the time, Tom.
All right, Tom. Beginning next Tuesday night in Dayton with the first of the first 4 play-in games. 67 games. What can we guarantee? What do we take to the bank?
I'm going to guarantee that the national champion will not be a #1 seed. And I'm going to guarantee that either Michigan or Michigan State will be in San Antonio. Just haven't figured out which one. More details later.
Wow. It could be both.
Could be.
What about,
won't be there.
What about Duke, North Carolina? Could have Duke, North Carolina. They'd both be 2s, right?
That's true.
You're big on North Carolina beating Michigan. You're big on Duke beating Michigan State. So those teams could go.
Half of that, I mean, you should just stop right there.
All right, Rico, what can we take to the bank with Michigan State and Michigan?
I mean, I think you heard it in the previous segment that we did. I don't think that either team makes it out of the round of Sweet 16. I don't think any Big Ten team gets out of the round of the 16. So I think they're all going to be gone. First game of the second weekend.
Maybe they shouldn't play, Al. Just stay home.
Just stay home. Why?
Okay,
go see Hamilton again.
Don't ask me my opinion and then make fun of it. Because all you're going to
do
is make, all you're going to do is look bad when we replay this.
Al Martin, what can we take to the bank about this year's field of 68?
No, I'm going to go a little different here. I'm going to say that a mid-major, not named Gonzaga, will go to the Sweet 16. Two teams to look out for. Loyola Chicago taking on Miami. I like them in that region. And also Nevada taking on Texas. So watch out for Nevada and Loyola Chicago. A mid-major, not named Gonzaga, will make it to the sweetness of 16. So cue it up, replay this
Sweet
one
16.
when that happens.
Not beyond that.
What do you think about that one,
No,
Tom?
not beyond that.
Well, it's
you know there's going to be a 12 or more.
Gonzaga,
3 or 4 12s that win, and there are 11s that win every year.
Right.
Is there a team, when you look at Nevada, you look at a team like that says, whoa, how did they get seeded so low?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know anything about the Wolfpack of Nevada, but, you know, I can see some. But watch out for Texas.
They don't play in Ann Arbor,
They
Tom
can
doesn't
knock
know.
Nevada off.
Possibly, but I like this Nevada team. I really do.
If I can have a second one, a team in the play-in game will make it to the Sweet 16.
Really?
Are you big on Syracuse?
Arizona State?
Somebody, UCLA, one of these play-in teams
really
will
notable.
make it to the Sweet 16.
That's how
That means they'd have to win 3 games.
But I think
They have
it's
to win the play-in game.
happened now in the last 2 years.
It has
The last
happened.
2 years.
You know what else has happened the last 4 years? The last 4 years, a team that lost in its conference championship game won the whole thing. So if you won your conference tournament game, it's no guarantee
not even show
that
up
you're going to win in San Antonio.
Go Grizzlies.
We will be back in just a minute. We're going to have our Cool and Smooth segment brought to you by Culver's. All of our weekly awards coming up next here on Press Pass.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Cubs. Working with the IDE company, 1, is very easy to do. 2, they're very responsive to our needs. And 3, as we've grown as a company, they've listened to those needs and they've helped us plan out our future in terms of growth that needs to be done at this location.
It's just comforting to know I'm working with the IDE company, knowing that they can accommodate our growth. In that way, they're an excellent partner.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the IDE company family.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
Everybody wants to hear, what's the forecast for tomorrow? How's it going to be when I'm taking my kids to cheerleading practice? It's a great city. Michigan is definitely a very interesting place to forecast the weather. We have changing things all the time.
Catch an all-new episode of Gotham, Thursday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Turn on the lights with Capital Lighting. Experience our full-service lighting showroom. Discover the hundreds of beautiful fixtures available to bring your home to life. Visit today at Capital Lighting of East Lansing, where bright ideas begin.
It's the 37th annual Michigan Buggy Builders VW Off-Road Swap Meet at the Lansing Center, Sunday, March 11th, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. New and used parts, sand rails for sale, door prizes, and fun for the whole family. It's the largest in the Midwest.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by the Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious.
Awesome stuff. Tied at 2 in OT, just 32 seconds in. Ski finding Matthew Weiss. Ball game. Ohio State 3-2 over Michigan as the Buckeyes punch their ticket to the Big Ten Tournament Championship.
There you see the Big Ten semifinals in hockey. And Tom Crawford, Michigan had a nice run, just came up short in overtime.
I think they're going to get in the tournament, though. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Now you see the championship game next Saturday. That is Notre Dame and Ohio State. And oddly enough, Notre Dame could win the conference tournament in hockey, could have won a conference tournament in basketball, has done that several times in women's basketball, and they're not in the conference. They could win 2 conference titles, and they're not in the conference.
They're one-toe win with everything they do.
When you don't force them, you don't have to.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Team 233, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mid-explosion this week? Rico Beard, what about our play of the week?
Play of the week, I'm going to go a little off the grid. And play of the week, I'm going to go to the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee in putting the Michigan State Spartans in the city of Detroit. Fans have bought tickets ever since the fall.
Yeah.
Once they found out it's going to be in Detroit, once they played that game against Oakland, it was all set. If they did not have a team from Michigan, especially Michigan State, tickets may have been sold, but you would have saw an empty arena. So the NCAA, that's why they know money. Yeah. Okay, they don't know a lot of things, but they know how to make money, and putting Michigan State in Detroit, that was the play of the day.
You know who the happiest guy was tonight that Michigan State was in Detroit? Me.
You.
Because I got 22 people coming to town, and they would have been there to see nothing. So, all right, Al Martin, what about our game of the week?
Well, I am going completely off the grid, and I don't know if you guys know, I'm an avid golfer. My man Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods at the Valspar down in the Tampa Bay, Florida area. Unbelievable 4 rounds out there. I've been hesitant these last 4 years because Tiger hasn't won a tournament since 2013. I've been hesitant to say that Tiger is BACK because every time I've said it, he's always taking a nosedive. But right now, he is playing great golf. He had a 44-foot putt on the 17th hole to make it very dramatic on the 18th. Came up a bit short, but Tiger Woods, unbelievable, unbelievable.
Does he finally look like the kind of guy who could win again in a major?
I think so. I'm curious to see what happens at the Masters. I mean, that's the big time right there.
I can't do it, Al. I'm going to ask the Jack question. Tiger wins a major or a 16 beats a 1? What happens first?
The way he played today, Tiger could win a major.
I'm going with Tiger winning a major.
Under control, and with that fusion surgery on his back.
Yeah, on his spine.
It's beautiful.
I didn't see it coming.
To weld him back together.
He's figured it out. I mean, that swing, it seems like he's adjusted to that surgery, and his swing looked great throughout 4 rounds this weekend.
Tom Crawford, what about our team of the week?
How can Michigan be the team of the week, Tom?
Also off the grid.
They didn't lose.
I'm not going to go a conventional team. I'm going Team TBS, CBS. I thought the selection show today was tremendous. Wow. It was entertaining. It was well thought of. I liked the way they had it into alpha order, then have the studio audience there, and then do bracket by bracket, analyze, and all the input. It was terrific.
I liked it.
Hats
you didn't have to
off
wait
TBS,
2 hours.
CBS. Yeah, so they've all done a great job, and we haven't even started the tournament.
Guys, why reinvent the wheel? If you put corners on the wheel, it's not a wheel.
You didn't dig the live audience? The live audience and
awesome.
You don't have to wait 2 hours to figure out the whole bracket.
Let me give you our player of the week very quickly. I was going to do Eldrick Woods, but I'm gonna do something. You're going to kill me for this, Tom. Our player of the week is Rico Beard.
What?
Even a clock is right twice a day.
Oh, come
and
on.
Rico was right about Michigan State playing in Detroit when everyone said he was crazy. They're still saying that, by the way. Want to thank Bluebelly Tom Crawford. You can hear him tomorrow on The Drive with Jack and Tom. Rico Beard, the Spartan Beat from 6 to 7, and Al Martin, Current Sports from 1 to 2. Be back with you next week.